Hello everyone at St. Charles. Again, I'm Renz Rafael, and I was the music minister for the music ministry at St. Charles, and I'm currently back here in the Philippines, and so I'm in front of St. Thomas of Villanova Catholic Parish, and I'm actually here on a remote island in Tablas Island in Romblon. So this is one of the geographically isolated and disadvantaged communities here in the Philippines. So my work is in global health and again bridging the inequities, the gap with those who are underserved, so those who don't have access to health care. And so my work as a global health researcher is trying to bridge the gap that we see. So there are many disadvantaged communities here, and so that's why part of my mission work here in the Philippines is through medical missions. And so I'll be here for 3 weeks serving the community with the local preceptor, and really I will be gathering data for my program, which is in public health data management. And so I'll be trying to find a way to organize and also make sure that the data gives light to those inequities that we see here. And so I'll be here for 3 weeks before I leave. And so again, thank you for the support that the parish has given me so far through the Knights of Columbus Father Alan Hall Bursary. And I do hope that the parish would also continue to support my efforts while I'm here in the Philippines, just because the work is so important for me. After living in Canada for nearly 20 years, I decided to come back to the Philippines to get more involved in global health, and so serving my community because I'm a Filipino. And so what I could do to help others, those who are in most need, I really followed the call of God, which I believe is His ultimate will. So again, thank you, St. Charles, and again, I'm really looking forward to being back when I can. But again, I'm still looking for support from the parish, and I want to say thank you to everyone who has already supported me thus far. Thank you, guys. Now I'm going to show you one of the RHUs here in Alcantara. So again, we're on a remote island. So this is a geographically isolated and disadvantaged community. So there's only one doctor that serves this whole island, who is a municipal health officer, and most of the people here that the clinic is serving are many indigents, so people who don't have access to healthcare, those who are low income and low poverty. And so this clinic is really catering to those who are in most need. And so part of my work as a public health researcher and also a missionary here in the Philippines is ensuring that everyone has the same access to these privileges that many of these things we take for granted in Canada. So one of the things that drew me back is to see how resilient people have been in the healthcare systems that are trying to serve those in need. However, it's not perfect. The RHU, the clinic, the rural health unit, experiences many shortages of medicines on a daily basis. And there's also a high influx of patients that come in here. And so when you only have one municipal health officer, one doctor who is serving the community, it's quite hard. And so and at the same time, we're about 2 hours away from our provincial hospital. So those who are coming here for needing care, emergency care, need to be transported through an ambulance. And so not everyone has the luxury. Not all communities are actually close to this rural health clinic. And so our work as my work here as a public health researcher is trying to understand the data. How many kids are being immunized, how many don't have their immunizations yet, and then how many are getting sick. And so we look through epidemiology. I analyze the patterns of disease using that public health data analytics framework. And so and why is it important? It's important because it allows us to see what communities need here. And so Me coming back to the Philippines, I've worked with a lot of stakeholders within the Department of Health, government agencies, academic institutions, trying to leverage the socio-economic lens and into health policy, and so that's why I'm so passionate about this work. However, last year when I was working here, our contracts were cut by the U.S. aid, and so our funding stream was cut, and so they gave me a decision whether to go back to Canada or to stay here in the Philippines. And so I just decided that this work was so important to me. I'm so passionate about it, just because I can serve the communities that my parents were a part of. And so I understand what hardship looks like through the lens of my families. And so what I can do, bringing back my education from Canada in global public health to serve the poor, is something that I'm very committed and passionate about. And so thank you again to St. Charles, and I hope that you can continue supporting me more on my medical and public health mission to come. Thank you all, and see you all soon.